and welcome back to my channel The Pink Girl, and today I'll be making chili soya bean. So let's see what are the ingredients required for it.
So these are the ingredients required for making chili soya bean. You will need 100 grams of soya bean, 1 large capsicum and 1 large onion. You need to cut it into cubes. You will need some finely chopped garlic and some finely chopped green chilies. You will need some salt and some crushed pepper. You can also use some pepper powder, some oil, 3 tablespoons of corn flour, and you also need some soya sauce, some tomato sauce and some chili sauce as per your taste. First I'll be boiling the soya bean. For this I'll be adding some water into it. And then I'll be adding some salt and some oil. After this I'm going to boil it, and after boiling I'm going to strain it. Now I'll be boiling the soya bean. You need to keep the flame in medium and let it boil for about 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes soya bean is done. Now we are going to switch off the gas and strain the soya bean. So I have strained the soya bean and I have squeezed out the excess water from it. To this I will be adding 2 tablespoons of corn flour. Some salt and some crushed pepper. You can also use pepper powder. Now I'm going to mix it so that a layer of corn flour is formed on the soya bean. Well, so that the corn flour gets evenly coated on the soya bean, make sure you coat it when the soya bean is still lukewarm. Otherwise, once it gets cooled, the corn flour won't get properly coated on the soya beans. In that case, you need to add some water and then try to mix it. So it's better you use it when it's lukewarm. After mixing it for about 2 to 3 minutes, the corn flour is evenly coated on the soya bean. If you feel like, you can also add some corn flour and water. As you can see, it's evenly coated. Now I'm going to fry it. I've taken about 3 tablespoons of oil and I'm heating it. Flame should be medium, and then we'll be frying our soya bean. I'm gonna fry it. Make sure you separate the chunks and they do not stick together. After frying it for about few minutes, it has turned into golden brown. Now I am going to remove it and fry the rest of the soya beans. As you can see, it is golden brown from both the sides and it's also crispy. So now we are going to do the same with the remaining soya bean. While you are frying the soya bean, make sure that they are not sticking together. If they are sticking together, to separate them. Now I'm done with frying all the soya beans. It took me about 20 minutes or so for frying all the soya beans. And now I'll be frying the vegetables. So in the same kadhai, I'll be adding some more oil and I'll be frying the vegetable. So it makes about 2 spoons of oil in there. So let it get heated and flame should be medium. So adding the chili and the garlic. Now I'll be adding onions. After a minute, vegetables are done. Now I'll be adding half spoon of salt to your taste. Now I'll be adding 2 tablespoons of dark soya sauce, 2 tablespoons of chili sauce, and about 5 to 6 tablespoons of tomato sauce. I am adding the sauces according to my taste. You can add them according to your taste. You can also omit chili sauce if you don't like too much spicy. So if you are making dry chili soya bean, then you just need to add the soya beans in this sauce and then taste it once to check if you need to add some salt or any of the sauces as per your taste. But I am making the gravy one, so I'll be adding some water into it first and then I'll be adding the soya beans. Now I'll be adding some water to it. So I've added about 3 cups of water and I'll bring it to a boil and then I'll thicken it by adding some corn flour syrup. For making the corn flour syrup, you need to mix 2 tablespoons of water with 1 tablespoon of corn flour. This will thicken the gravy. First I'll be adding the soya beans in the gravy and then after some time I'll be adding the syrup to thicken the gravy. So here goes our soya bean. You need to mix it well. And after a few minutes I'll be adding the corn flour syrup. I'll be adding the corn flour syrup and I'll mix it well. After adding the syrup, taste it once and see if you need to add something in it like salt or any other sauce. And then turn off the flame and let it set for a few minutes. So I've tasted it and it's okay as per my taste. And after a few minutes you can see that the gravy has also become thick. Now we'll turn off the flame. Chili soya bean is ready.